girl was like, I want a beast of a man that can handle me. I don't want to come home and handle anybody.
Right.
I don't want to come home and handle anybody. I want to come home to peace.
Yeah. Coming up on the Melanin Money Show.
Fellas, you can't expect to want this soft life woman and you not willing to do the hard work to give her the soft life.
If a successful woman wants to be with a successful man, it needs to be able to leave work at work.
You are gonna feel more like a man when you are reasonably in shape. I'm not saying you gotta be a fitness model, but right, you got at least a decent chest, your arms filling out your shirt a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Your stomach not like spilling over, it's spilling over your pants.
What's the point of having the Herman's belt where nobody can see it because your stomach hanging over the joint?
Hold on, bro, check it out, check me out. Check me out, you know what I'm saying? What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Melanin Money Show. Carter, how you feeling, big dog?
I'm feeling like yesterday because I'm wearing the same outfit. So
yeah, I actually went to go change.
Yeah. Now I feel like when you wearing branded clothes, like it's all good.
Yeah, that's why I should probably just be wearing Melanin Money, so I wouldn't have to worry about it because y'all can't say nothing about the uniform.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Speaking of which, you know what I'm saying? Official water bottles.
Yeah. If y'all not watching on YouTube, go watch on YouTube.
Go watch on YouTube.
I got a haircut for y'all.
I went to go change just so y'all couldn't clown me, right?
Yeah. So like go on YouTube, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Because today we got a phenomenal episode.
Big facts.
So we're gonna talk about high level and low level dating.
Okay.
Right? Like how dating looks when you're successful, how dating looks when you're not successful. Should you be dating
if you're not
when
successful?
You're not successful, right? So I think all those, if you see on the internet these days, and I just think we should just hit it, man.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, because I think outside of investing in yourself, the next biggest decision that you make is the person you decide to potentially spend the rest of your life with, right? And if you're in your 30s, most people in their 30s are at least trying to date intentionally, right? To some degree. I don't expect that every date is like, hey, what's your full rap sheet so I can get ready to marry you? But there is a level of intentionality, right? Yeah. So yeah, let's talk about it.
So I want to start with the paradigm because I seen this post on social media. It was this guy, like, he picked this girl up in a car.
Yeah.
And she was like, what you got going? Like, he was like, yeah, I've got a business. She's like, you making 6 figures? He's like, yeah. She's like, you got your own apartment? He's like, yeah. She's like, okay, cool. And he started asking her questions like, you got your crib? She's like, well, I stay with a couple girls.
In between cribs right now.
Yeah, in between cribs right now. How your business? Why is that my OnlyFans popping? Like, you know what I'm saying? So like, this dating atmosphere right now is just crazy. So one place I want to start is that I feel like as a successful person, it is harder to date for both guys and girls. Yeah. Because being a very successful guy, women know that usually ahead of time, do the social media kind of whatever. So you kind of try to hide it. Right. You know what I'm saying? So you can see what their intentions are a little bit. And then on the other side with women, I know that it's a thing I see a lot with a lot of my successful female friends. Guys are generally intimidated by girls that make more money than them. Right. So I want to start with the point of should you start dating? Should you try to find a partner before you get successful or after?
Yeah. I think timing is everything, right? Because in a perfect world scenario, you do find them before. It's the Cinderella story of high school sweethearts we met in our early 20s. But that's not always going to be the case, right? So I'll give y'all like personal context. So I've been with my now wife for 10 years. But when we met, I was literally just starting entrepreneurship. And I had the foresight to just keep it real with her. I was like, yo, like, it's not going to be a whole lot of like whining and dining right now. You know what I'm saying? Your boy can throw that in the kitchen though. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You can come through the crib. And I think there's like, it's ideal because I know that she's with me for me right now. But what I can also say is, as a man, it is incredibly hard when you're on your come up journey to be dating exclusively or be dating seriously, because like I feel like men tie their credibility or their worth to like 3 main things. It's how much they make, right? How they look about physically, right? In terms of like if they're in shape, and how, y'all might not like to hear this, but how they perform sexually. Like if a man is like lacking in any one of those 3 areas, it's gonna impact his ability to like show up, right? Like he's gonna feel lesser than. And so for me, I remember like dating at that time and like wanting to delay. Like I knew I wanted to marry her, but I was like trying to delay it because I'm like, I'm not ready. There's things I want to have in place first, because it's very hard to like think about like taking your life to the next level with somebody if you feel like you don't have your stuff together. But what benefited me was that she was like, well, I've already proven that I want you for you, right? So it's like now we can build these things together. And sure enough, like once I kind of let go of this ideology of like, I got to have X, Y, and Z done before I can ask her to marry me, things started taking off even faster, right? So I think there's benefit to it when you find the right person who's willing to be down for that journey, and two, if it's the right person, right? Because some women these days, as we can see with the podcast, and I ain't going 50-50 and I ain't doing this, like they're just not with it, right? And I don't know if maybe they're shooting themselves in the foot. Maybe they've gotten burned in the past by the guy who was dreaming but never really made it. Because I can understand their perspective too, right? It's like at some point, potential the potential ain't potential. You know what I'm saying? Like the potential ain't potential. So I can see their vantage point, but it's an ideal scenario, but I don't think it always plays out that way.
Yeah, and because the other side of the coin is everybody, man, you want to find a girl before you become successful so you can make sure she's down with you, and I get all that. But I don't feel like broke dudes should be dating. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you can't take care of yourself, bro.
Big facts.
How the hell you gonna take care of somebody else?
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, you know, like I was looking at something on Twitter the other day just about like, if you can't cover the bill, you shouldn't be on the date.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? Not that you always have to cover the bill, you know, whatever. Right. But if you can't, then you should probably not be on the date, bro. You probably got some soul searching to do. So I feel like for guys, it's kind of that hard paradigm of, yes, we want to find a woman before we become successful. So that way we don't have to ask ourselves those questions in the mirror. Is she with me for me? But at the same time, if you're not successful as a guy yet, I personally think you should take the time to work on yourself.
Yeah, because what's going to end up happening if you don't is your resentment for where you are not in your journey is going to show up and manifest in energy towards them. Like, so for example, let's say that you really on your fitness journey, you're really trying to like get your fitness together, right? And then your spouse comes in the house with pizza, right? You're not mad that your spouse came in the house with pizza. You're mad that you don't have the discipline to not take the slice, right? And so when you are in a situation to where you aren't where you want to be, they don't necessarily know that, right? So what ends up happening is you end up projecting and calling things out in them and making them feel like they're not where they need to be, but it's just a reflection of yourself and the resentment that you have for yourself. And so I think if I had to pick and choose, if someone put a gun in my head and say, choose, if you had to pick, have your financial shit together first and date or not and hope that it works, I probably would choose having my financial stuff together because it's one less thing you got to worry about.
Yeah. And I feel like for women, that's what leads to insecurities.
Right.
Right. If a guy is driving you around in a Toyota Corolla or whatever, and he's going to have insecurities if he sees you ever around somebody who has a Benz. Right. Like, even if that's your best friend's homie, like, yo, you around somebody who got more than what I got. Right. Therefore, I'm projecting this insecurity on you because I know I can't provide that for you yet. Right. You know what I'm saying?
100%. Like, and I think that suit is gonna supersede like you not having the power of discernment to determine if somebody's with you. Because I mean, at the end of the day, part of being a high value man is having discernment. Is being perceptive. It's like being able to read the room. And then if we're being totally honest, like some of y'all dudes know, right? Some of y'all dudes know that y'all was corny in high school, right? That you ain't never been like that. You got a bag about you, right? You got a bag about you. And let's just be honest with you. Ask yourself the honest question: if I didn't have this money, would I get her? Yeah. And be honest with yourself, because if you're not, it's only gonna shoot you in the foot. And I feel like a lot of dudes know, unless you're in delusion. Yeah. I feel like y'all know. Yeah. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And the crazy part is like when like as a guy, you wasn't getting girls like that. And you get money, but you don't get a girl that's a little bit above what you normally get. Right. You shoot for the moon. Right. Like, and when you outkick your covers like that, right, penalties are gonna happen, bro. Like think about it. That's a good analogy. Think about this. Like, if you try to kick 70-yard field goals, right, and somebody return that bitch for a touchdown, right, like that's your fault. Kicking a 70-yard field goal was a bad idea. It was a high likelihood that somebody's gonna catch that ball and it was gonna return it for a touchdown. So bro, like stop out kicking your covers like that just because you got a little bit of money.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, like that's got to be the worst. Like you got the money, you got the extra fine girl, but like then it still don't work out because she chose the safe guy with money. Right? She chose a guy like, okay, well, like he's not my type, but he got the money, and because like he will drink my bathwater, he's not going to cheat on me. He's probably going to do whatever I say. But then eventually, the woman is going to actually want someone she's attracted to. Yeah, want someone that she can vibe with, not the guy that she just like got with for the bag, unless you're like 70 and you're on your way out or something. But like other than that, like I'm just saying, can we keep it real?
It's on your way out.
You know what I'm saying? Like
that took me out.
Like and so guys, like you gotta be real with yourself, man. Like you remember the what is it? The Matrix? What was that thing? I can't find it, so I don't want to butcher it. But basically for guys, it's very simple. It's like the more you make, the more attractive you are. What Jay-Z say? Ain't no such thing as an ugly billionaire. I'm cute. Pretty much. You know what I'm saying? If anybody getting handsome checks, it should be us. So like the more for guys, it's really simple. The more attractive, the more money you got, the more attractive you become, right, in theory, to the woman. But with women, I can't remember. Gosh, what was that matrix for the women? I can't think of it. It's gonna bother me. Donna, we're gonna clip it up. We're gonna like put the little graphic on the screen, but
but no, okay. So like, I think for guys, we've kind of like at least gave them some sight into it, right? When you're on your come up, like focus on you. If somebody comes around,
focus on you until the focus is on you.
Focus on you until the focus is on you. If somebody comes around in that journey, they want to go on that ride with you.
Right.
Let them have it. And then when you get money, have the discernment. Don't try to get girls that you ain't got no business having.
Right.
Just because you got the money, because it's not gonna pan out in your favor,
right?
And it's going to be one of them things where I saw a meme that's I agree with it, but it said the only time a woman has made somebody a millionaire is when he was a billionaire. You know what I'm saying? But that's what dating the wrong woman could do. Right. So as a financial podcast, we don't want that to happen. We want you to make your bag. We want you to keep your bag. You know what I'm saying?
But dating the right woman, on the contrary, like I said, you didn't necessarily agree with it. And when you find the right woman, they can help you elevate right to the next level. But guys, like just here's a hack for you. Just try to do something regular with her. The extra fine chick that you thought that you could just get on any given day. Try to do something regular with her and see how she treats you.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Try to go take her to a fast food spot. See how she acts. Right. See how she act then.
See how she act.
You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, bro. Like you got to be real with yourself.
Yeah. So what do women do? Right.
Yeah. Successful women or just in general.
Well, yeah. I mean,
I'm glad you brought that up. So I saw this quote or this tweet. It was so hilarious. So the guy was like, what would you do? Like, what would you say if somebody was dating someone who couldn't take care of themselves and was essentially dating a struggling man? She's like, I would never want to date a struggling man. He's like, well, essentially, you're the struggling man.
Sorry, I remember that. Right? I remember that. That tweet went crazy.
Yeah, like essentially, you're the struggling man. She said, I've never been the same since.
Yeah.
But to your point, what can women do? So let's look at it from both ends of the spectrum to be fair. Okay, if a woman is career focused and there's something that she wants to do with her career, right? I think that if she is trying to be with a high valued man, whatever that means, I know that's an interesting topic, but let's just say a successful man, I think she has to ask herself the type of man that she wants. Because there's only two type of men in those scenarios. A man who's going to be really successful. Either one, he's going to want you to be able to support his vision and his dream to go to the next level, or because he's going to be spending so much money, so much effort on building his business and his vision, he's going to want you to be someone who's a little bit more reserved and someone who's comfortable like holding down the fort. So you got to ask yourself as a woman, if I meet that type of man, am I okay with potentially folding my vision or dreams into his and making it one? Or am I okay being like a stay-at-home mom or being more reserved? If you are a bossed up woman, right, who wants to be successful, wants to do her own thing, I'm not saying there aren't men out there who are cool with that, but more of what I see with my peers, because I was already married early, but what I see with my peers, like they think they want that, but then they realize it's like, well, we both just always getting it. Like where's there going to be time for us? Like it sounds good. It sounds like amazing. And I'm not saying that a woman should shrink herself if she's a boss. We know a lot of boss chicks, right? Or women. I don't want y'all, see, I'm using the wrong terminology. But like that is tough, right? Yeah. Because it's like the man that you probably want is going to want you to either support what he's building and he'll take care of you, right? Or he's gonna want you to like, be like a stay-at-home mom or something, right?
Yeah, but I'll play devil's advocate with that one, because we know some very successful women, and we've had intimate conversations with these women, and they've voiced to us that they leave their masculinity at work, and when they come home, they are this nurturing, submissive caregiver that the guy ultimately wants and needs. So I think successful women have to if a successful woman wants to be with a successful man, here's what I think they need to do if they want to heighten their chances of success. They need to be able to leave work at work.
Fair.
Because as a high level successful man, when I come home, I'm looking for peace. Like there was just something on Instagram the other day. A girl was like, I want a beast of a man that can handle me. And Andrew Tate was like, I go to work 12 hours a day. I got security. I got all these problems. I don't want to come home and handle anybody. Right. I don't want to come home and handle anybody. I want to come home to peace. You know what I'm saying? So I think that if a successful woman wants to be able to keep a successful man and keep that balance, they are going to need to be able to leave that personality at work. Yeah, and I think they can't bring that boss personality home.
Hey, aren't you tired of buying courses in those emotional states when you want to get a result, but then you actually don't do anything with the course? Do you know on average, the completion rate for a course is about 2%? But here's the thing, it's not entirely your fault. The problem is you buy the course, but you don't have access to the source who actually created it.
See, that's why we're doing something different. With the Melanin Millionaire Club, you're not just gonna get access to courses, you'll get access to the people who created it so you can get your questions answered. Because it's not just about learning, it's about taking that information so you can start earning. So the Melanin Millionaire Club is gonna give you access to courses, but not just that, it's an entire university of information. We have financial flicks, we have hundreds of previous recordings, but more than that, y'all, we have an amazing community of people just like you who are trying to become a first generation millionaire. So like GA said, like you can survive without community, but you can't thrive without community. So this is the place you need to be, right?
100%, because here's the thing. If it was just about information, we'd all be billionaires with six packs. So that's why every single Monday, we're gonna set the tone for your week with Melanin Millionaire Mondays, where our entire community is gonna meet up. The energy is gonna be high. We're gonna set the intention for what we're gonna execute on so we can move the needle forward, and Carter and I and the rest of our team can keep you accountable.
So that's enough information. You see the rest in the club. All you gotta do, click the link below, sign up, and start your journey to your first millionaire year. Let's get it.
Let's go.
Yeah, and I think the thing that's overlooked is that like this whole gender role thing is like, at the end of the day, I don't care who cooks the food. I don't care who cleans the house. And if you're a boss, like matter of fact, somebody asked me this 10 years ago when I was first starting my entrepreneur journey, somewhere around there. They said, what happens if you date a woman and she makes more than you? Who's doing the cooking? Who's doing the cleaning? I said, neither one of us.
Right, because you making more than me.
You do. That's saying something. You know what I'm saying? I said, neither one of us, right? So like, what I wouldn't have the expectation of is that we both out here getting it, and then we come home and it's like, I'm still expecting you to cook, do all the childcare stuff, do all the cleaning, right? No, like we both are supposedly getting into a bag. So now let's make sure that you have that support so you can operate in your feminine energy. Because what happens is if a woman's out here getting it, whether it's voluntary or involuntarily, and then they got to come home and they got to do everything, right? That's just going to naturally evoke a masculine energy versus if it's like, ooh, okay, I'm doing what I love. I came home. I ain't got to worry about cooking. I ain't got to worry about cleaning. I ain't got to worry about, I got support with childcare. Yeah, they can operate. They're going to have it's an energy thing at that point. How you expect your woman to, that's not Melanin After Dark. How you expect your woman to want to be prepared to be intimate with you and she's tired, right? She got to come home, cook, clean, and do all the other stuff, right? So like, I think it's just like understanding the dynamic shift, right? You can be successful and so can he, but what system do we need to put in place to where it can still make sense? Now, here's what I can say from my experience. Even if your woman is a boss woman, is ambitious, doesn't want to do her own thing, it's just something about a nurturing woman who still, maybe not all the time, but still wants to like take care of some of the household stuff, whether it's making sure you're fed, cooking a meal once in a while. That's just what I've seen. Like I can't speak for all women in all households, but that's what I've seen. But I think that there can be a world where as long as there's support there and the woman is not feeling stretched and overwhelmed, that she can operate in her feminine energy and everybody wins. That's all we want as men. Like we want to know that our woman is soft, open, all that good stuff.
Yeah, and I think that when money is not an issue, it makes everything easier.
Big facts.
Right? Now, whether y'all killing it or just doing well enough to, but like, I think once the money problem is solved, you can kind of back into other things. Like, cause we all know that a lot of marital issues or spousal issues come from a lack of financial, like lack of finances in the relationship, right? But if you get the finance part figured out, then everything else just becomes a little bit easier. Whether it's her getting the bag, whether it's you getting the bag, whether it's both of y'all getting the bag. But I'm saying, let me tell you something. If both of y'all broke, it's gonna be some tough conversations.
Really hard.
You know what I'm saying?
Really hard, because then you can't come in with this like masculine energy.
Like, my food at? Like, but why you got some dude yelling at her at work? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how you go? Right. How you go have that happen? You know what I'm saying?
So you gotta manage your expectations based upon like what you're willing and able to provide. You know what I'm saying? Like I told manager the other day, like, I know I'm in this crazy travel season. I was like, so whatever you need, if you need a night nurse, a nanny, like whatever you need, like you got it. Like just swipe the card. You know, you don't have to run that by me. And so she knows it gives me the autonomy to be able to do what I need to do because she knows she has that support. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, fellas, you can't expect to want this soft life woman and you not willing to do the hard work to give her the soft life. Yeah. Right? It's just not gonna work that way.
And as a man, it's not easier. It's easier to be a man when you have money, bro.
Oh, for sure.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not saying this from like a condescending, like, you know, like getting better women when you have money. When you have money, you're just able to walk a certain walk. You're able to talk a certain talk. Right. You are able to demand respect. Like women get turned on by you walking in a room and everybody like
knowing what's up,
knowing who you are, knowing what's up. Like that's a level of like confidence I think every man deserves to taste. You know what I'm saying? Because it's really, I don't know if I could be the man I am today if I like was still struggling. You know what I'm saying? Like so much of my confidence, it's not just the money, it's who I've became, the man I have to become in order to have the money that
exactly. I have. You make the $1 million not for the money, but for the man you must become to make the $1 million, right?
Right.
Like I said, it's those three things, right? It's like, again, one of them, I don't know if you can fix it or not, but it's like, you know what I'm saying? How you perform there, your money, and then your physical appearance. And again, let's also address this, like fellas, and ladies too, but I'll just speak to the fellas on this one because I don't want to, you know, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to get accused of talking about big backs and I'm big in backs. You know what I'm saying? I'm big in back 2023 campaign. But let's be honest too. Like again, it's all in my opinion is rooted in self-awareness. And the self-awareness of like, what is going to make me the most confident? What is going to make me the most happy? What is going to make me the most at peace, right? And so from a confidence level, right, men, you are going to feel more like a man when you are reasonably in shape. I'm not saying you got to be a fitness model, but right, you got at least a decent chest, your arms filling out your shirt a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Your stomach not like spilling over, your pants.
What's the point of having the Herman's belt where nobody can see it because your stomach hanging over the jerk?
Hold on, bro, check it out, check me out. Check me out, you know what I'm saying? You see the R, you see the double A? Yeah, like what's the point, right? So, because oftentimes you'll overcompensate with designer, right? This is a shine, sir. I don't know what this is, right? Yeah, but it's like people will overcompensate with designer looking goofy because they refuse to just get in shape. The man makes the clothes.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Not the other way around, right? Yeah. I could throw in a free T-shirt as long as Carter, his is gonna be extra small, but
yeah, that's what you already know. That's gonna be small.
You know what I'm saying? But mine's gonna be medium.
Don't bring me another medium shirt, bro.
He was legit mad at me, y'all.
I was legit upset.
It was the Houston podcast. I don't think that's a new drop we got. I'm like, yo, bro, here you go, put it on. I was like, bro, you ain't feeling design. Design's fire, bro. But like, why you bring me this medium? I was like, it's a medium. You're over 200 pounds. But yeah, like that goes a long way, and it's about being holistic and having the self-awareness on like, what is going to make me feel the most confident, right? Because even if you aren't where you want to be financially just yet, I guarantee if you are in shape and you feel good about yourself, at least you're going to have the energy to be able to go out and get it.
I think being in shape helps you make more money.
100%.
Like, I think it was, what entrepreneur said this? I don't know if it was Andrew Tate or somebody else, but they're like, yo, when I'm about to do business with somebody and he comes in the room and he's jacked, I'm already halfway to saying yes.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Because you got self-respect.
Because the discipline that comes with it. I know if we're about to do a collaboration and you walk in and you're in shape, you have discipline. Right. You have consistency. You have some of the things that I look for in a partner. Right. So like being in shape will make you more money. Period. I don't care if your business has nothing to do with how you look. Yeah. Looking good and feeling good, man, something about it. And like, honestly, as a guy, you will save money by being in shape because, like you said, I can go wear a small t-shirt from Walmart, and I can make it look good.
Yeah.
Because so now I don't have to spend the $5,000 or $500 on a t-shirt.
You still look goofy.
That the overweight dude has to wear because he's trying to,
compensate. I got money though. I know I don't, and that's what you're doing. You're basically saying, I know I don't look how you want me to look, but I got money though.
Yeah. But here's a problem with that. If you're out of shape with money, you got a girl. If somebody with less money than you but is in shape comes around, she's gone.
She's going for it.
She's gone. He can have half the money.
Right.
If you're making $1 million a year, because after you make a certain amount, we know it's only so much different you can do. So if you're making $1 million but he's making $500,000, he's in shape, he's taking your girl, bro.
Mr. Steal Your Girl.
Mr. Steal Your Girl is back.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that, as guys, we gotta have it all together. And if you want the best of the best woman, right? Like physically, you gotta have it all. Because she gonna have guys that have money before. She gonna have guys that's in shape before. You gonna need to have money. You got to be in shape. You gonna need to be charming. You gonna need to hold it down the bedroom. You gonna need to have it all done if you want to get a girl that you can actually keep.
Right. And here's the beautiful thing about that, right? Those are assets that are yours. Yeah. So it's like whether it works out with old girl or not, it's like going back to business. Like you want to invest in yourself. It all goes back to that, right? You want to invest in yourself because it's like at the end of the day, whether this work out or not, we straight. You know, it's like I know I can go out tomorrow and I'm still a cash. You know what I'm saying? And so invest in yourself, right? And again, I know we live in this era right now where it's like, I don't know, body positivity and everybody's like hypersensitive. And I get that, but like,
as long as you're happy, but some people be lying about them being happy.
No, but people are definitely lying about being happy. Like I did a poll. It was maybe like a year ago. I'm gonna redo it, right? And I said women only. Just random. I was curious. If you have a man, are you truly content if he's not in shape, right? Are you okay with that, or do you prefer for your man to be in shape? 90% of them said they prefer for their man to be in shape. They might not say it, or they might not like make you feel bad about it, but that like there's a certain level of like I feel protected, I feel safe. Like what if you get in your like somebody like disrespects your girl? Again, I hope it's not the issue, but somebody like disrespects your girl and you fat and sloppy and can't, you know what I'm saying? Like what you gonna do?
He disrespected you too, right?
Right. Like, what you gonna do, big dog? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna smack her and run. You know what I'm saying? Can you catch me? Can you catch me? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like again, some people it's gonna feel a little polarizing, and I can get that, but I'm not telling you to do nothing that I wouldn't do myself. Yeah. And so, fellas, take care of yourself. That's numero uno. Health is wealth. Ladies, if you are going to be a boss chick, cool, but like just make sure you set the proper expectation about, what you need to do to be able to operate in your feminine energy. I don't think it's unreasonable, right, for y'all to have the proper support for you to be able to do that. And I think also like you can't come in, because I know we harping on the fellas a lot. You can't come in with that energy of like, I'm a boss chick, right? So to your point of like leaving it at work, it's like when we're together, we stripping all that away. It's me and it's you. It's not like you can talk to them like that. You can't talk to me like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that's where a lot of the disconnect comes too. Is like that. It's that boss woman energy of like I'm me. Like, I feel you, but
Not up in here. Not up in here. But I think also being a boss dude, you are able to come at her with that energy,
right?
Because she's a boss chick and you ain't on nothing.
That's a big.
It's really hard for you to combat her confrontation. Confront her on some things when she's out here crushing it all your goals of your dreams. So
she gonna play big bank, take little bank with you. And you gonna
what she did when she pulled that card one time, fellas, walk away.
Walk away. It's a wrap. It's done.
Yeah, man. I didn't want to hit on this. So we were talking about fellas maybe shouldn't be dating it as much while they're broke, but we're not perfect,
right? So,
do you have a dating experience where you were like, financially, I probably shouldn't be on this date right now?
Oh gosh,
I remember. Like I'm here, but I probably shouldn't be here.
I remember like it was yesterday. So this was, I don't know if y'all remember it or not. Like this is back in now it's like we're in the 50-50 era. This is the era of the $200 date. Like you shouldn't go on a date if you're not prepared to spend $200. And there was this very attractive young lady who I was interested in, and I got her to come down to the city. You know what I'm saying? Because I was getting women before. You know what I'm saying? Before I had the money. You know what I'm saying? Don't ever, congratulations. Don't play yourself. And so she came down and I'm like, bet, okay, boo, I'm gonna take her to a little restaurant, whatever. And I saw her like retweet something about the $200 date. I'm like, damn. And so then I'm scrambling. I'm like, all right, where we gonna go? How can I fit it in? Like, you know what I'm saying? Maybe we do this. And I just get like the apps or whatever, trying to make it work. Like she can get what she want. And so we on a date. I think we went to like, I don't even want to say the restaurant because she probably gonna know. Like because we still cool. But like we went to a nice restaurant. And like it was like getting real close to the limit that I had available to be able to pay for that date. And I remember being under the table and moving some stuff around on my online banking. Now mind you, it's over a decade ago.
Yeah.
All right, it's over a decade ago, just for y'all wondering. Yeah. But moving something around under the table to make sure that card, that swipe was gonna go through.
Jesus.
I was like, yeah, I probably shouldn't.
I should be here.
Probably shouldn't be. How did we get here? I was not supposed to be here.
Oh man.
What about you?
The story I got is kind of bad.
Yeah, hey, listen, I was just.
No, I mean, we're here now. So, there was a time in college where what happened? You know, like the summer semester, like you don't get an apartment, right? Like, cause I stayed in college over the summer, and I could afford it, but I wasn't really trying to. I didn't want to pay for an apartment over the summer months, but I was still gonna be in college. So, like, I was like, all right, I'm gonna just. Like my ex let me move in with her. Yeah. Right. And we were cool. We weren't dating exclusive, but we were cool.
Oh, I already know this.
Yeah. And I was went on a date with this chick because she's my ex. And we were just like, I'm living here, it's cool, like whatever.
Yeah.
And old girl was like trying to pick me up from somewhere, and I'm like, I had to like give her a different location. I had to like walk somewhere over. And then like she was trying to come back after the date, and I'm just like, man, I should not be here right now because like, I couldn't afford my own apartment. I really did. I couldn't afford a hotel room. So like, bro, it was bad. And I was like, what am I doing, man? Like,
that's
like I'm out here living with my ex, bro. Like I'm on a date trying to like, well, get yourself together, bro.
Oh,
like,
man.
you know what I'm saying?
That's hilarious.
So that was a low moment, and we are not going back to that.
We are not going back. I encourage everybody to do this. I actually told it was a group chat of mine, and I told them, I said I want everybody to create a never again folder, and basically in that folder you should try to screenshot anything to remind yourself of a moment in time that you never want to get back to. Whether it's a bank account balance that's too low, whether it's just a situation where you were asking questions about money that you shouldn't have been asking, but you need to have that reminder and promise yourself that I will never get back here again. Because oftentimes what happens with people, I feel like, is they get in a situation and then in the moment it's like, oh my gosh, how did I get here? If I can get out of this, I'll never be here again. And then they find themselves in a situation again, right? Like make a promise to yourself that you'll never get back in certain situations again.
All right, sounds good. We all gave some personal stories, and
Don't crucify us for this. We're just keeping it real. But thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of the Melanin Money Show. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure that you like, subscribe, share, and leave a review on Apple Podcasts. If it's 5 stars, if it's not, send us a DM, and we'll see how we can get it to 5. Peace.